Hello, Pratcon. Hi. Okay, yeah. So, can you just like tell me a little bit about this game and anything like specific that you
Mm,
would want reviewed? Like which heroes you play and yeah.
They play Zen, Brig, and Lucio in this.
Okay.
Uh, just another example of what I think is. I think I did fine, but we still lost. So I'm pretty sure there's something more that I could have done.
Okay.
So it's always best to see the game from someone else's perspective because then they see things that you don't. So then that's what I'm mainly here for.
Okay, cool. Uh so let's get into it. You are defending first.
Yeah, I
So,
guess.
yeah, let's see your composition. You are playing
Position is such a nightmare,
Ready for
honestly.
battle.
Like
yeah.
the tanks don't synergize at all. Like it's so hard to pick something.
Yeah, even I don't really like
It's like
these.
Hog Diva,
Yeah.
Sigma Zarya is at least fine, but any random bullshit.
Well, and they have the
Hog Monkey.
April Fool eyes. April Fool's eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. This is going to be fun. Um, okay. So, yeah, naturally, just like a bad tank line, but I think the other team is going to mirror that from what I can see right now. Um, and playing Anna Zen. So, this is more like a pick slash
Five,
deathmatch kind of
four,
comp.
three,
Yeah,
two,
honestly, like I
one.
don't like playing
Attackers
proper
incoming.
supportive hero
Defend objective A.
Okay. So, right now, you don't
because
know.
it's
Yeah,
'cause I feel like I can just like try and pop off myself, do as much damage as I can.
got it. And this is in Plat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just for context for anyone else who might be watching. So, okay, so you don't know what they're playing, you're just looking, spamming choke, max hog, fine. Good discord. That was good. With this switch off. Good.
You just instantly drop to, and like, I don't know what should I have maybe chosen a different hero to avoid that.
I think over here it wasn't really your fault. The thing is, your widow got picked off early, and
Yeah,
then
and
with a
that
comp
might
like that,
be
it's just easy for them to move in and exploit
Mm.
that space. Let's rewind a little bit. I think you did fine that fight, but let's just see what happens.
Ready. Five, four,
That is too slow.
three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
So they are also playing like a pick comp essentially. This guy gets screwed, which is good discord and good nade. So Widow's playing here and she just gets. Yeah, I mean she honestly should have seen that coming.
pretty much a mirror comp almost.
Yeah. The only difference is the Hanzo, like
So
Hanzo Ash versus Widow Genji.
yeah, yeah.
I mean your rotation was fine here because like your tank, you have to stay behind your tank
Yeah, because
and
my
maintain a
whole
good distance.
I was just trying to make sure I'm
I
staying.
don't think there's much you could have done over here. So now that you know what they are playing, what do you think is your role as Zenyatta? Oh yeah, are you
Just
going to recontest? Okay,
yeah, I think Genji gets two picks. I think about maybe trying.
okay. This unfortunate.
Objective lost.
The fight wasn't winnable, but okay.
Yeah, Genji got three there, so I thought. maybe, but
That's fine. You could have just probably gotten a bit more ult if you had landed
mm,
more shots, but
yeah.
yeah,
It's,
he'll, it's
uh,
fine.
I don't know why I have a difficult time hitting sigmas. I don't know. It's like that lean body which annoys me.
That's fine. Okay, so essentially now that you're playing this composition, what do you think is your main objective as then?
Honestly, just to stay back, get us, stay alive as much as possible, and just use discords and harmonies.
What about
Because as long as that
yeah,
is there, they don't have any divers as such, right? The
yeah.
two hitters, snipers, and it's basically a long range comp. So
So what about target priority for your not only for your orbs but also for just general shooting? Whom would you prioritize here?
probably Hog.
Okay.
I mean, Discord would be Hog.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, and Harmony would be on Anna, but again, she doesn't get dived, so she's either gonna get headshot or
Mm-hmm.
body shot. Yeah, Harmony, I guess between tanks like Sigma probably because Hawk can heal himself,
Mm-hmm.
and oh yeah, Genji definitely for sure.
Genji. Yeah, I would say it goes to Genji primarily
Genji,
because
yeah,
he's going to go on the back line
yeah, I agree.
or take duels with Hanzo and Ash.
Yeah,
Um, and then yeah, naturally you'll also have to orb your Ana if she gets spammed down. So
hmm.
that's another
Yeah,
option.
primarily Genji. Yeah,
Yeah. So essentially, what I would say is you should ideally contest the snipers while
hmm.
contest their snipers while they are still approaching.
Yeah,
And once the hog starts to try and take space, then you can discard him and
Discord.
contest him.
Yeah,
Yeah. So okay, let's see how things go over here. So they have their Sig ult. I think you should be able to get your trance by then. And then counter that. So let's see. Your Sig is just out in the open. I don't know what he's doing. That's just unlucky.
this is my
Go for Nano Blade. Okay, it's good that he stayed on Zen and then just switch.
yeah. Normal trans.
I would say, yeah, this is a better position now. That is okay. You do understand like the positioning, like improvement you could do earlier, right? When you got picked off by
Yeah,
Hanzo.
not playing near a wall, near a corner. That's
Yeah,
why I got.
s- yeah. So the moment you know your tanks have either died or backed off, it's time for you
Mhm.
to rotate back as well, which is what you did well on A. In this case, you could
Yeah,
have,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Right.
that's just one point.
I guess, like, I always get uh, anxious when the enemy's close to capping because I have no faith in my tanks actually contesting. I feel like, if I don't do this, no one else is going to.
Yeah,
That's why in these situations I like try to place myself close to the enemy, which just happens to be on point because I'm just trying to contest peak.
okay.
But yeah, it's not my job.
So
So
now
I can't.
what's your win condition over here now?
Mm, in just get the wait. Did they use it? You get the oh yeah. They don't have Sigalt anymore. So I guess uh, Sig has his ult. So if he can get one or
Yours,
two picks,
yeah.
that yeah, yeah,
Oh, and what about you specifically? How will you play this fight? Assuming you know that they have Bob and
yeah. I
Mana
mean,
Boost.
yeah. Just hold on to my ult until they use an offensive ult, and then use it for that.
Right,
So I'm not going to use my ult unless someone is really low. Because if like the main tank dies, then mostly the fight is over. So either to save him or to use my ult to counter an offensive ult.
right, yeah. So in this case, I think you could use it to counter Bob, like
Yeah,
offensive, like you said.
yeah,
Because you just have like a Sig shield. So if they
right.
use Bob and Yana does not have sleep, then you could be in for a problem.
Right.
So that's one situation. If your team like repositions, then it's all good. Another situation is if you just get heavily damaged and you have to save yourself,
Hmm.
which I think is a less likely outcome here because they are
That's
not
that.
diving anymore. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
just to
Tigers.
make sure. Okay, let's see what happens here. This should be like a fairly easy fight win for you. They don't have Transcendence. We have Sigurd, so let's see. Unlucky. Okay, cool. Oh wow, that's just unfortunate. Okay, good. Now you go aggro on. Yeah, nice. Good, good, good. Okay. Okay, now what's your win condition? There's a specific reason I'm asking this.
Hmm. I'll build trance, I guess, and well, we have nano blade, so
Mm-hmm.
uh, so Orb Genji try to keep him alive so that he can get uh, blade as quick as possible because we need to get nano blade before the enemy gets trance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And simultaneously, you also need to farm their hog a little bit extra because they're nearing a flux. And that's
Right,
the only way out of the flux,
right.
right? So this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like, yeah, less focus on picks now and more focus on denying,
Mm-hmm.
like damaging hog essentially. So let's see.
I need healing. Somebody get me some healing.
Since your Sig has his shield, I think you could play a little bit more forward.
I need healing.
Okay.
Not a lot, like not exactly where he's standing, but maybe crates, you know, the crates you see in
Right,
front of
right.
you.
Mhm.
Okay. Unlucky. Okay, get the ash, get the ash, get the ash. You have to get the ash there.
I think I saw the. Oh, yeah, I missed her.
Because you could hear her all the time. If she's right there, you have to counter. Otherwise, she just kills you and anyone else in your backline.
Yeah, I totally missed her.
Yeah. Just awareness. Oh, Plat has mentioned the same thing. Okay. Alright. So we have Bob, we nearly have Transcendence, and
Yeah.
they've gone to a Winston and Soldier, which is interesting. So honestly, I really like Anazen with Winston, because he can just cleave and like delete people with like Discord. And in the meantime, Ana's just farming Nano, so then Nano Monkey, and he just goes in and destroys again. So he like builds up Primal really fast with Anasan. So here you need to be a bit more careful. You
Yeah,
mentioned you
yeah.
went Brig earlier, so I am assuming this is where you went Brig. But let's see what
Yeah.
happens. You'll have Transcendence that way, so I think you'll be okay. So now you've got two picks, you can actually move a little bit forward again and play crates, you know?
Right.
Just like a simple thing.
Hmm.
Might get some stagger
I
I
need
kills.
feel
healing.
like, yeah, like I've gotten my ult already, so I don't see the reason to put myself in danger
Cool.
for no reason, right?
Fair enough. So one thing you can do as Zen is you just discard the monkey if he's already within your line of sight and just
Hmm.
spam him down so he either is just he does not engage or he engages with low health and then you can just finish him off. So
Right.
yeah, if you see like a potential
Let's
diver, just start spamming them immediately.
discard target.
Yeah, because you especially have no dive counter except for your hog. No,
Hmm.
rather I would say Winston counter right now. So yeah. Okay. What use Transcendence? Okay. Okay.
60 seconds remaining.
Flying monkey. Oh, rogue. Okay. Those are few pushed up. That's good.
Fire in the hole! I need healing.
You're playing a pretty like standard game as an over. Your like team is getting
30
picked off,
seconds
out
remaining.
mechanicked a little bit.
And there's no way I could have popped the Genji.
Oh,
there.
get the Ash. Okay. Monkey, 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 monkey.
10 seconds.
Okay, Ash is there. Ash is there again. Nice.
I have
Just awareness though.
awareness is, yeah.
Yeah.
Aim is fine, but awareness needs more.
Okay.
Score 0-2. Switching sides.
No need to keep orb on full HP seconds. So DPS tanks virtually do not need orb. Yeah, you're right, Plat. Need to reduce monkey HP before he dies. Okay, Nightwing agrees. One Genji, one else. Yes. None is good. Yep. Select blindness to Ash.
Ready for
Like
battle.
color blindness, Bullman has hero blindness.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Okay, so they've switched to a deathfall comp, which is interesting. 'Cause- hmm. So, like deathfall on Anubis defense is not that common. You might see the pros playing it when like rushes meta or something like that, but usually you will see like a bunker, playing here on defense.
Hmm.
Um, so like the benefit they have of despite like playing a deathfall comp is that they still have a Hanzo, so he can always watch the choke, play the long angles, even if his team tries to like block off the right side choke. Hanzo can still watch the main choke, the archway, right? So like that still gives them like a good amount of control over space. And they also have Lucio, so Lucio is also great at like spamming down snipers and just deterring them from taking aggressive angles. So he can also just spam down if your Widow peaks over here. And they also have a top, and which is I'm assuming for your Genji. So let's see how things go. Well, the Deathfall comp is pretty good. So let's see. The only improvement I would suggest is probably Bap over Ana, which as you know is my favorite Deathfall pick. Bad comp to play Brig against, I agree. Uh, I'm just not saying any because I don't know what happens, right? So I'm just not judging too soon.
I wouldn't know what they were playing when I'm in spawn, right?
Yeah.
Defend objective A.
But yeah, I don't think I switch.
Okay. So this itself is already, and if you're you are playing in solo queue as far as I can see over here. So
I
for
know.
for solo queue, this would honestly just be a horrendous pathing strategy, because they are a deathfall comp. You are a like Mopek oriented or ranged comp, and you should not be brawling with them in that choke. So your tanks should ideally like play a bit spread out, and maybe you could like path along with your honor to the top and just take the space over here That
Would
would
be
be
a
ideal.
good, what would be a good off healer other than Brig to play against this comp and with my comp?
See, I would say one option if you trust your Widow would be to go Mercy. Then it's just like you, there's less reliance on headshots from Widow,
Hmm.
and she can just focus on damage rather than headshots. Um,
Right.
so that's one way to go about it. Secondly, you could go Zen, like you're confident at Zen, and you can
Hmm.
just like spam and create some pressure. Um, if you do take this path as Zen, you can like I really like this spot to spam down their high ground heroes. So if you see this Ano over here, you can always just spam her as Zen and prevent her tanks from getting heals. So that's always one option. But yeah, with Brig, there's just all you can do against that comp is proc Inspire.
Right.
So
Right.
not a lot of value. But yeah,
Hmm.
like you said, you didn't know that comp when you
Yeah.
got out of Swan and all. So let's see. The best win condition would be if your Hog lands a hook or your Widow gets a pick. You need to shield that, by the way.
I need healing. I need healing. Let me patch that up.
Okay.
More bandages now.
Widow got a pick. Okay. Okay. Widow. Okay, so the exact win conditions that were needed have been partially met. You could have bashed him early and finished him off there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but in duels, it's always okay to, you know, bash early to just prevent them from pathing away. I mean, moving away. Okay, so okay, any chatters? Let's see, Badger. That we hope that he swaps after seeing comp. Yes, Pratcon. Mercy, no inspire yet walk in the straight line towards top, did not need to contest top. I don't think that was inherently a bad decision because he was on his own and you can win a duel against him, and you were already like one up, I believe. So I think the duel at top was fine, but you could have just like bashed him a bit earlier and like finished him off before you got support from his team. So yeah. Now you're close to rally, so I don't expect you to swap
Yeah. I won't.
No one can
because
hide
rally is
from
an
my
OP ult in any
sight.
situation, I think.
Attack the point.
Now you're going mid, big nade.
More bandages
If
now.
you're playing Brawl, you should. Yeah, you can take. Mhm.
Taking damage. Let me patch that up.
Okay, this is fine. Go. You just moved him towards your lower shrine. My goodness. Dude, the resources that Ryan is getting are maddening. Uh, Wasted a nano blade. Like right now, I would probably expect you to switch.
I don't remember when.
Hmm?
And I do switch. I think it's after one more fight of the
Okay.
New defense point. Objective
Like, cause again, now all you can really do is just proc inspire.
Yeah.
And one more thing you can do is try and keep their Rhine away from your Rhine in case they have more resources. So you save your shift for that. So it won't boop Rhine by a massive amount, but it'll like reduce, like assume he can land one less swing on your team that way.
Right. Right.
So you get some
Mm.
more time, because they
Mm.
again they also have speed. So need to play like you need to be aware of that. When anyone gets too close, you boop them away. And just yeah, play with your Rhine, yeah. You don't really need to go with Hog.
No one can hide from my sight.
Yeah. It's almost like you heard me. Okay.
So over here, the Ryan was on comms, and he's just saying that he tells the team to just stand and choke here, 8 damage, so that an Ana can farm nano. So that's why he's not moving forward.
Okay.
He just wants to stand here and
It's
like 8 damage.
so, in this case, that I would say that's a mistake. The reason being you're already likely to lose this fight, and if you're alt tracking, you know that they have grav, so better to just push into it when you know that you're not going to win the fight. Uh, and just die quickly to the grav. So that's like an eco push, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you should be doing an eco push in this situation. Uh, okay, anyway. Yeah, like right now you just have an inferior comp. That's mainly what's going on, because that makes no sense to me. What your team is playing right now. Um, whereas they, for the most part, are playing like a very synergetic comp, except for the Ash. But I guess it's okay because Ash is just good on this point in general. Um, okay, Pratcon says Ryan should have deleted you while left clicking, but while a lot of AFKing. Instead of going 3P and starting enemy positioning back bot right now. Okay. Okay, never mind. We continue.
Feeling better?
Just you can just start and proc inspire.
More better just now.
Just like use shift and yeah, you can proc inspire more. Yo. Just go for the shifts.
Got it.
Even if you miss, it's a very short cooldown, so you're not really missing anything much. Yikes. See, now they've got a couple of ults. Nice. Just bad rally.
I think I just rally switch.
Unfortunate.
Swap afterwards.
And cause your team was short-handed, they didn't even need to use ults. So essentially now you're walking into another unwinnable fight.
True self is without
Okay, Lucio.
Come on, let's bring it together.
No one can hide from my sight.
Now, one very important thing you need to do as Lucio is get the top turret. Like a number of
Right.
even your Hog and Genji will have to spam it down, even your Widow. But like if you see it easily, you can just like spam it down.
Hmm.
So yeah, and just stay with your Rhine naturally. What you can also do is spam their Ash if she takes aggressive angles. Oh, you can speed in here. Don't need to be on. Okay. Okay. So,
Ready
okay,
for
what did I
battle.
just do? I think that fight you played a little too passively.
Right.
Because
Could have been speed more.
yeah, when you're going in with a nano blade,
Mhm.
you should just go in and help like your Genji clean up the fight. He's going here. He's like drawing the attention of 2 or 3 players.
Okay.
You
So
could
should not be with Ryan, instead be with Genji.
no, you can be with your Rhine. It's just a matter of deciding whether you want to go after the same targets Genji is going after, or you want to go after like more isolated heroes like the Zarya. But
Right.
essentially, if your team is investing 2 ults, it's just best to
Mm.
go aggro, because that's like the best bet you have at making
Yeah.
an aggressive push, especially on 2 CP point B attack,
Yeah.
right?
No, I think I saw the Zarya use Grav on the Genji,
Okay.
so it was pretty much he's gonna die there. So I didn't really see the value of trying to go and help him because I'm not gonna be able to do anything if he's stuck in the Grav with
Mhm.
like 3 shooting at him.
Yeah, but yeah,
I think
you can go aggro either way, because even if he's going to die, you can go in and farm your ultimate, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, like, don't mind all of that. If your team's committing, just commit, like, completely. Because it's still a higher chance of you winning the fight than if you play passively, right?
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, trapped this area, so that's fine. Not much you could have done after that. Read chat for a second. Go for free whip shots, yeah. Stream ignored. Idea of always 3ping. I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea. I'm not ignoring it. I just like don't see it as like a major issue right now. Won't get whip shots if you know where enemy is basically. Yeah, but I mean I feel like you can complain about the 3ping if you kind of know more about exactly what the player's thinking. So I just don't consider that a major issue right now. The lack of whip shots is something you should work on, Bull.
Right.
Okay. Crossfade, speed out low health targets instead of existing. Yeah, that's a good tip, but let's move on. Now you finally got a Zarya. Okay, so now we are playing Apex Season 4 Finals compositions. Let's go. This was the exact comp that Runaway played when they won Apex, by the way. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
I don't think my team knew that.
Do not peek. Do not peek. Okay. So pathing left is great for this because you can play like a more brawly,
60 seconds.
in a more brawly space. Oh, just spam out the bomb. Don't go aggro. Shoot him. Hello?
No, the Anna was we got for a sleep on the bob. That's why I was not shooting.
That you do realize what went wrong there.
Wait, I'm lagging. I think I can see. Okay. Yeah, so we were just waiting for the sleep on the by the Anna. Because I think the Rhine yelled in voice to sleep the bob, so I was just not shooting him at the risk of waking him up.
Okay. You could heal him. Okay. Good. You did heal him.
Yeah, that's why I didn't shoot bob.
But,
Yeah,
but now you're still exposed to him and then you die.
yeah.
So that's an oversight.
Take it from the top. Oh, yeah!
30 seconds remaining.
Okay. It's a tough fight. You can beat here.
Oh, let's break it.
Speed your Rhine out. Unfortunate. It doesn't make much of a difference here, but if your Rhine is antied and in a tough spot, you can just switch to speed and boost him out.
Right.
Okay, GG.
Victory.
So let's just do a quick recap.
Yeah.
So say okay, not shooting but also staying in Bob's LOS. Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same point.
And, like by mistake, I think I wall road, and then I
Mhm.
came to the LOS, and then that killed me. I should have just stayed close to the ground, used cover.
Yeah.
I know I did the right thing not shooting the bob because you were expecting the sleep to come
Mhm.
in. I should have stayed closer to the ground.
Mhm. Okay, so let's quickly just go over all the main things that we talked about. So firstly, just awareness.
Yeah,
You need
that's
to focus on sound cues a lot
yeah.
more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Otherwise, your Zen play, I don't think it had any critical errors. Just like minor things like, just pushing up a little bit when you're at an advantage.
Right.
Spamming down divers. But these are like none of these are critical errors that you made in the game, but just things
Mm-hmm.
we mentioned. But yeah, the main thing is just be aware of flankers and off anglers. Because
Mm-hmm.
as Zen, it is your job to contest them as well. Like primarily your off rank will be doing those things, but Discord is just super good at deterring flankers and divers and anyone exposed at off angles. So, and you can win those duels many times because if they are close enough, then landing orbs on them is easy. So, that's one thing. Secondly, Brig, just do not play her when there are no
Yeah,
real.
no flank or no divers.
Yeah, and when there's no one you can counter essentially.
Mm.
Um, so that as well as just keeping your inspire up for as long as possible. Like
Yeah, yeah.
especially when they have no flankers and they are not going aggro, you need not save
Mm.
your whip shot for anything special. You can just
Mm.
tag one of them and give your team passive healing. And knowing how much Brig heals, you can like I think you could have had literally like 50% like more ult in one fight than you did
Mm.
in the round that I watched. Um, and yeah, with Lucio, another thing is just uh, like remember that you can always play aggressive. Even though Lucio's a
The
support,
speed more.
yeah,
Again, it's just my uh non-faith in my other healer. So I
hmm
think I just like auto pilot to going more heals because I don't really have faith that my other healer will heal at times, but I just need to have a little more faith that they will
yeah,
utilize speed more.
yeah. Because even if your other healer's bad, honestly, there's just nothing you can do about that. Like if your team's not getting healing, they're just going to lose the fight anyway. But
Mm.
you just focus on like developing these good habits. So then when you climb, then it will be easier for you to adjust to better players.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, bad
because
habits won't. This.
yeah, because even when I'm playing Lucio, like I play Lucio a lot on like my main
Mm.
and my alt. On
Mm.
main, obviously I call more, but when I'm
Mm.
playing Lucio on like solo queue on my alt, it's just a matter of reading the situation. So if you feel like your team is likely to go more aggressive, you just
Yeah,
switch
speed.
to speed boost. And honestly, most of the times they react to it, right? They'll also see that you're on speed and like you have a
Yeah,
pick or your team is investing ults and they themselves will start playing more aggro.
yeah. Mm.
So yeah, you don't worry too much about that. And other than that, I don't think there were any major issues on Lucio. Um, so yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I it
Yeah, so maybe awareness, trying to keep Inspire up more often as Brig, and utilizing speed more as Lucio. I
Yep,
think those would be like the main takeaways for each hero.
yep. And also eco pushes. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's not something I can do on my own, right? I can just go in myself. And when our Ryan had made up his mind that he's just going to stand on the bridge, take damage so that Anna can heal him up and get nano, I can't go in without my team. That's just feeding.
yeah. I would say in case you're like communicating at all, whether it's in like text chat or voice chat, you can just tell
Mm.
him like they have this ult or that ult. We need to eco push right now. See,
I did.
most of the times, golds and plats have like not more than 4 brain cells, so they will like not understand what an eco push is. But all you can say is like, let's just go aggro and farm ult.
Mm.
That's the language they will understand, right? Because
Yeah,
being in gold and plat for almost my entire entire Overwatch
yeah,
competitive career, um, I know that that's the language they use and that's the language they understand. Like higher up, you can say, okay, let's eco push, and they know what to do. That too on EU servers, because on C they are either just hacking or I don't know boosting or bad. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just another thing to apply in your games. That's all. And I hope you alt tracking all the way. Like I didn't get into the comms aspect at all
Mm.
because knew it was a solo queue game.
Comms were non-existent pretty much until the Rhine, until like attack point B when he just told us what I told you about the bridge and like staying on bridge to farm art and then him calling out to sleep Bob, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, until then there were no comms.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
So again, Pratcon, again, why you're not stressing it enough? Uh, I'll do it again. Briggs Fortnite mode. Yeah, Fortnite mode is OP. Like, see, I was just saying in this context, I didn't find it like a massive issue. Maybe like Bullman knew about the position, so I don't get into it generally. Okay, I get into it with my own gameplay because I know exactly what I'm thinking. But yeah, like since you mentioned it, just worth mentioning. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good scouting pick.
Mm.
Like it's a good scouting technique. Just hold right click and like look around without exposing yourself. And yeah, naturally you have to use Brick Shield to block cooldowns like Ana's nade. That was one more thing that we saw. Just
Right.
happened once, but it's like similar to playing Diva, because even Diva has to eat all these cooldowns.
Right.
So similarly, you can block like random spam. You can also block Ana's nade and sleep dart. You can sometimes like block dynamite if you're lucky enough,
Mm.
even though it will like hit your shield.
Yeah, well, I can just drop shield, and I think getting it back up it removes the dynamite effect. I think, if I'm not wrong.
I honestly don't remember that, but yeah, you can at least like block it and save your teammates.
Yeah.
And I think it also works for echo sticky bombs, right? So it's with
Sticky bombs drop down.
yeah, so with sticky bombs, what I generally do is I'll like have my shield up. I'll
Mm.
the sticky bombs will land on the shield. I'll drop it and I'll bash in the other direction, so I
Right.
take no damage from it.
Right.
So yeah, that's what you can do.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, but that is okay. Also, clearly understand whip shot range. She can boop snipers off to the right side of high ground. Yeah, that's one more thing you can do. The fair point. Remember that. Um,
Yeah.
mhm. And also, yeah, like being able to spam down snipers as Lucio. Also, that's
Mm.
another thing you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
If
yeah.
they're out of, that is.
hmm So, do you have any more doubts, questions before we
No,
end?
I think that's it. I've understood the gist, or rather the major points of what I need to improve on the three heroes.
What the hell is this?